Hello everyone. Well, I wasn't going to make this video, but I couldn't let this opportunity pass me by because this is my kitchen floor. This is my Vax Floormate Freedom. Now this dirt is genuine. This is what my kitchen floor looks like. I've not done my usual thing of adding dirt. This is what has happened after I took the dogs out for a walk. We've still got quite a lot of snow and grit and salt on the roads and muck. And they came in, and before I dried their paws they were walking all around wanting a treat. And this is the result. A lot of dried on mud and crud from the outside. Here's a bit more of a closer shot for you. It's basically, well, it's partly the dog's paws, partly my boots that have done this. But this isn't faked muck. This is genuine mess that you'd get when you've got a couple of dogs. So anyway, I thought I'll use my Vax Floormate Freedom. I've done a few videos on this, but I've never really tested it on such a dirty floor. So I decided when I saw this mess I would do a quick video. So I'm just going to clean half the floor, this area, with the Floormate, and we'll just see what sort of difference it makes. Okay, so I filled the clean water tank with some Vax Floor to Floor solution and hot water. Not too hot, just hot tap water. The lower tank is empty. And how this machine works, this is a cordless Floormate, and it has a two-stage action. First of all, I need to put some of the detergent, the solution, onto the floor using this trigger here, and then I can agitate by pressing the scrub. When it's forward here, the brush will rotate, so that will agitate the solution onto the floor, and then I need to switch to pick up, and then the suction combined with a squeegee at the front will remove the majority of the dirty solution, so the floor will be dry in a very short time. Vax have just introduced a new cordless Floormate, which I would love to try at some point, and I certainly, when this machine goes kaput, this is the second one I've had, and the first one lasted maybe 2 years before it went, and I had another one in storage because I liked it so much, but they're not really available anymore. These were available also under the Hoover brand in America. I think it was called the Impulse Mop, but I find it very good. But the proof of the pudding is in the eating, as they say. So without any further ado, I'm going to clean half this dirty floor, and we'll just see what a difference the Floormate makes. Okie dokie. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is switch the machine to scrub. I'm going to squeeze the trigger to release the cleaning solution. I'm just going to go back and forwards over half the area, and then I'm going to suction all the dirty water back up. So first of all, we're going to scrub and agitate the solution. There we are. That's half the area now completely saturated with the cleaning solution. Now if your floor is very, very dirty, you could actually leave this for a few minutes in order for the solution to really do its work. But don't leave it too long, of course, because if it just dries like this, you're not going to get any benefits. It's just going to dry a right old mess. But of course, we're not going to leave it. We're going to suction now all this dirty water up with the suction and the squeegee at the front. Hopefully, the majority of this will end up in the dirty water tank at the bottom. So here we go. Here's the suction stage. Well, as you can see, I've done half of the floor. It's still drying, but it's already going streaky. It won't take too long before it's dry enough to walk on. And as you can see, there's the uncleaned area. And here is the area I've cleaned with the Vax Floormate Freedom. We won't get the full effect until the floor's dry. But like I say, the majority of the water that was put down on the floor, was agitated by the powered brush bar, has been removed, and I can see that there's quite a lot of dirty water inside this tank. Now there's a little filter at the top which you can wash. Just rinse that under the tap from time to time, let it dry. That just stops any gunk, any pet hairs, bits and pieces getting into the motor. As you can see, that's pretty dirty, and look at the sediment at the bottom. Now this video is the Floormate Freedom I'm showing you, which is a discontinued model, so you may not be able to get it now, but any of the Vax Floormate cleaners that you can currently buy will give a similar result to this, or even better. It's a little bit foamy. But I think you'll agree it's far better to have that in the container and eventually down the sink than on the floor. And as I'm talking, the floor's drying a bit more. You can just about see where it's drying. Sometimes, especially in winter, if you don't have the heating on, a floor can take ages to dry. But with this sort of method, using a machine that puts the water and detergent onto the floor, then sucks it up again, the floor does dry a lot quicker than using the old traditional mop and bucket. That's the word I was looking for. I haven't got one, you see. I do not own a mop and bucket, and haven't owned a mop and bucket for quite some years, because I like to use this version of cleaning, because the advantage of using this sort of machine, you're not recycling dirty water. If I was to use a mop and bucket, the water would soon be that colour, and I'd just be spreading it all over the floor. Sure, it would get the bits up, it would look clean, but there would be a fine layer of dirty water, and eventually the floor will dull, and especially if you have real grouting, this is obviously not real, it's a lino floor, the grouting gets absolutely filthy. But using a method like this, where you're suctioning off the dirty water and always putting down clean water, you're never going to have that problem. So I could never ever use a mop and bucket I prefer this method. You can use steam cleaners of course, but personally I prefer this type of cleaner. I've had many different Floormates over the years, including mains powered ones. This is my current model. But check Vax's website for hard floor washers, you'll see all the range they do now. But excitingly they do now a cordless one, and I believe it uses the same battery as the Vax Air cordless upright vacuum cleaner. So I'll just pause, it's almost dry, just in the time I've been talking to you, but we'll do one final shot of each side of the kitchen floor. Well, as you can see, we washed one half of this floor with a Vax Floormate and the other half we didn't do anything with. Can you tell the difference? Well, I think we can see. It's a bit hard to pick up sometimes on camera, but I think you can tell that this side is completely clean and dry, and this side I can feel the grittiness under my fingers. I'd be quite happy now if I was to drop anything on the side of the floor that I've cleaned, this side, I'd be quite happy to eat it. I wouldn't be happy to eat anything that I've dropped on this side of the floor though. So all in all, I'm really pleased, but I knew it would do a good job. This machine gets used several times a week. I have it in my kitchen charging up. The handle folds in two, so it fits just next to my dishwasher under the worktop, and it's plugged in there, and I whip it out, and then when I've cleaned the kitchen there's still enough battery power to do my bathroom and my ensuite bathroom as well, and then I can just plug it back in and charge it up, ready for the next time. Cordless is really fantastic. I certainly used this machine far more than I used my corded Vax Floormate, which is why I would love to try one of the new Vax cordless Floormate cleaners that uses the lithium ion battery. This is just a regular NiCad battery which won't last as long. I don't think it's going to, you know, keep going for as long as a lithium ion one. Of course the lithium ion gives you more power, and power that doesn't fade. This does fade if I was to use it for a prolonged period. It would slowly start losing power, but not with the lithium ion type battery. But I'm really pleased with that. So that's me, that's a quick one for you. I just couldn't resist videoing this mess, but I still have the rest of the kitchen to clean, so I'll get on with that. So until the next time, please subscribe and you'll be updated every time I upload a new floor care or other appliance video to my channel, iBasiac. So until then, I'll see you soon.